Acorns will do that. It'll allow you to
Right.
take the spare change. So you
Right.
can either set $1 a month or just take your spare change and divert it all even into a brokerage account. And so there's a saying, and I didn't understand it until I started investing.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to investing, unless you're a professional investor, when it comes to investing, it's not time in the market.
Okay.
It's not timing the market, it's time in the market.
Okay.
The longer you're in the market, the greater your gains.
Okay.
Trying to time the market and go in and out when it's up and down, that's for professionals. Don't mess around with it.
Right.
The benefit is it's time in the market. So if you can start your child now,
Yeah.
then at 18 years, and in fact, as soon as she can understand, you can actually start going over this account with her.
Right. Right.
And
Exactly.
saying that. Now, I'm gonna right. So now, so she can actually see what she's doing, how she's doing it, and she can actually see it grow. So that's the first thing that I would recommend in terms of that. So next, go ahead.
What is the message that you would like readers to take away from your book?
Small things done are better than great things planned. Many times people say, okay, next year I'm going to do this. 3 months from now, when I get my raise, small things done today are better than great things planned. Because one of the things, I knew a guy that used to disarm bombs for a living. That was he literally, that's was his job. And he had this great saying, and he said, there's a lot to be said for training, but the best training is experience.
Oh, wow.
If you open this account today and you start, pick a stock, I don't care which one. What I would suggest is that you buy something that follows the S&P 500. So that would be my suggestion, but you can pick whatever stock you want.
Okay.
But there's a lot to be said for training, but the best training is experience. If you do this starting today, you begin to build your experience as an investor.
Right.
And it actually, for the first 5 months, is free because Acorn is going to give you back $5 just for opening the account.
Gotcha.
Now, so that's your first investment.
Okay.
Your investment of time will have gotten you $5.
Right. Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you explain what the necessary action steps to take when it comes to managing our personal finances? And that's because in the book you do have a necessary action steps to take.
The necessary action steps is to steal from Nike, just to do it. The necessary action steps is what I suggest. I suggested $1 a day, not because there's nothing magical about it. It's just measurable.
Okay.
And what if you can't measure a task, then it's very hard to know whether you're better or worse. If you say, I want to be more successful next year, well, if you don't define what success is, how do you know you're there?
Exactly.
The reason I give you a measurable amount is because if you can start the habit with $1, you can take it anywhere.
Right.
You can start with $1, you can make it $5, you can make it $10, depending on what your income is, you can make it $5,000 a week.
Right.
If you can't start the habit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to go north and you're in a Bentley Flying Spur, beautiful pearl white Bentley Flying Spur, and you're facing south, I don't care how fast you go or how good that car looks, you're going in the wrong direction.
Right.
Better to ride a bike in the right direction than speed in the wrong direction.
Right. Right. Thank you. Why are saving plans important?
Saving plans are important because, just in general, I'm going to step outside of my financial hat here and tell you a life hat. In life, 3 things that are going to affect how you live or how much enjoyment you get out of life: money, faith, and relationships. Okay.
Right.
If you're constantly worried about money, it's going to affect the other 2.
Right.
Saving is important because it trains you to live on less than you make. If you can live on, and that's why you hear these big stories about athletes going broke.
Oh, okay.
Because that fundamental thing that I taught you, that's why, and there used to be a reality show, I watched it about twice, about lottery winners and how people win the lottery and go broke.
Right.
Because a bad plan is a bad plan.
Right.
And if you execute a bad plan perfectly, it's still a bad plan.
Right.
So that's the importance of saving. The importance of saving is training yourself to live on less than you make.
Okay.
And if you can do that, then you'll know your thinking will always run through that filter.
Right.
And that will help. And if you have less time to worry about money, you have more time to worry about the other things.
Right. Exactly. All right, that's perfect. Or how much money should high school or college graduates starting their first job be putting away, if anything at all? I know you keep saying like a
I,
dollar.
I,
That's what you keep
well, ten
emphasizing.
percent is it.
10%. Okay, 10%. Yes, I
Ten
remember
percent.
starting out in the military, and I think I at least tried to put 250 bucks every paycheck away.
Right. Right.
So
10%. But
10%.
the reason I start with a dollar is
Hmm.
I don't want, because when I used to give that 10% figure,
Right,
people immediately say, I can't live on. And what they didn't understand is, okay, but you were living without a job, which
right,
means you had no money and you made it. But
right.
somehow once they get a job, they do it. The other importance of that is because what'll happen is,
Hmm.
and I've watched this happen, is as people grow and make more money,
Hmm.
rather than increasing savings, they increase debt.
Oh, okay.
So they started out making $50,000.
Hmm.
Now they make $100,000. But the first thing they say is, we need a bigger car.
Oh,
We need a different house. We got to take a vacation. So if you don't have that filter in your mind, if you don't have
right,
that checkpoint of say, no matter what I make, as soon as I make it, and that's one of the things I did when my wife and I were working.
right.
Whenever we got a raise, half of it automatically went to savings
That's what I was gonna ask when you
because
get
we weren't
so
living on it before anyway.
so it's just half
Yeah,
of the raise that went to savings. Like you still had some of
right. Because
the
you want to
raise.
live. I'm not telling you
Gotcha.
not to live and
Okay.
not to. Right. Yeah.
Okay. I know usually
Yeah.
when I get a raise, I do just put the raise inside there and I'm like, all right, nope, we're still gonna live off of this going into the next
Right.
month. But that's good because I'm sitting up here saying to my friends, all right, I'm broke. I can't do anything extra this month. But it's like in the back of my mind, and I see that a lot too with my friends on Facebook. They're like, nah, I'm broke, but we do have that savings, that cushion that we can go and be able to take a trip or do something else instead of just spending it on the next dress or pair of shoes that we see.
Now, I'm hoping you don't get upset with me
Go
on
ahead.
this, okay? Because in my book, back to the words,
Yes.
one of the words I really avoid ever using in terms of finance is broke.
Okay.
We're not broke.
We're not broke.
We're doing something else. We choose to do that. And there's so much power in words, back to the words.
Right.
So if you speak that over your life without realizing it, it starts to plant.
Right.
Without realizing it, it starts to grow. So I encourage people, I don't care what's going on. I don't care if you're on unemployment. I'm not
Right.
broke.
Okay. Not
I'm
broke.
looking for a job. I'm building my skills. I'm doing this. My brother Kelsey, which is apropos to what we're going through right now, this pandemic. My
Hmm.
brother Kelsey used to tell me, he said, Lord, listen, if you are going through a rough patch, either do push-ups, go for a walk, or
Okay.
read.
Okay.
The reason being, when you come out of that patch,
Hmm.
you want to come out better than when you went into it.
Right.
All right. How you talk to yourself will radically affect how you live.
Okay.
All right. Don't ever say I'm broke or I can't afford.
Okay.
Okay. The statement is, well, I'm not going out this week because we set aside some money and we're going to do this. I'm not
Okay.
going out this week because we're going on vacation in Maui next year and we created a fund to do that. That's a
Okay.
different statement because your mind is going to run to whatever you tell it.
Right.
So if you're
Right.
telling your mind, listen, I'm not, we're not going to go out for dinner this week because I'm going to pay extra on my student loan. That's one thing. If you say, well, I'm not going out there because I'm broke, well, your mind now is going to make you be broke.
I
So
understand
eventually,
that.
yeah, yeah. Eventually,
No,
you're going to
just
end up your mind is going to find a way to
okay.
prove that because you
No,
told
it's
it that, so it believes you.
right, right. No, I understand.
Yeah,
Speaking more positive affirmations. Yes, I totally understand
right.
that. And I do go through that. So I will reframe that saying when I am asked to do something by my friends now. Yes, that is an anxiety creator when you say I am broke. And then yes, it does. It creates this domino effect in your life. Like, oh, we can't do this because we don't but we do, but we just don't want to spend it. So I got you. I
Correct.
understand. Thank you. All right.